Thank you for tuning in to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast, a no judgment zone podcast that covers lifestyle, entertainment, news, and sports. Even though KC doesn't watch sports, but these are minor details. By the way, he reads tarot cards too. Yes, I really mean it. He reads tarot cards too. And now, the host you've tuned in for, KC Phoenix.
Aquarius, you are up for the December 2021 Tarot Energy Reading. Before I go any further, kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. As for this reading, it will be a little bit different from what I've done before. I have 5 decks that I'm using. I'm taking 1 card from each deck. That's it. So that's all we're going to have for the December reading. The first deck that I will use is the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck, which I'm still new to this deck, so I'm learning how to pronounce the name. So don't hold it against me if I pronounce one of the names wrong. And then I'm using the Under the Roses deck. I'm using 1 card from my custom tarot deck and another card from my other custom tarot deck. And then I'm using 1 card from the Gypsy Tarot deck as well. So it should be a total of 5 cards. Now, if more cards come out, that's fine. It's whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. And like I said before, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right. What is the energy for Aquarius for December 2021? I need a card for Aquarius for December 2021. What is the message they need to hear? May I have a card for Aquarius, please? What is the message Aquarius needs to hear? Thank you. Okay, I like that. Sekhmet, Wounded Healer. All right, let's go ahead and look this up. Number 15. I almost landed right on it. Sekhmet, Goddess of Wounded Healers, Egypt, Temple, Warriors, Element, Fire. Sekhmet, Sekhmet. Sekhmet is the fierce ancient Egyptian goddess of war, the sun, and healing. She carries life force in her palm with the power to create or destroy. Sekhmet guidance, heal thyself. Everyone gets your best except you. You are a healer among your tribe. Stop putting your needs last. Why do I feel like I just struck a nerve with you, Aquarius? I'm just reading. This is what the book is saying. But something just said to me I struck a nerve with somebody. So yeah, stop putting your needs last. Embodiment. When did you decide to become a martyr? Take a breath. Wounded healers hold sadness, rage, and fears of brokenness. Being a warrior wasn't a choice for our beloved foremothers. They did the best they could. But being a goddess warrior for us is knowing that we have the choice not to fight all the time. Deep dive questions. What are your swords, the weapons you use to fight? And what are your shields, the ways you defend yourself? Dare to lay the burdens down along with your swords and shields. The declaration is, it is safe to put myself first. Sounds like a theme. Sounds like a theme. I might title this, Put Yourself First, is what I might do. I might title this, Put Yourself First. So, Sekhmet is the card. The Wounded Healer. So, put yourself first. That is the message. All right. See what we have here. I'm doing Under the Roses deck. What's the energy for December for Aquarius? May I have a card for Aquarius for December? Also, Aquarius, just so you know, something told me both. Okay, fine. Something told me to take both of those. The 2022 readings are up already. So, well, up on my podcast. I will hopefully have them uploaded on YouTube pretty soon. 2 cards came out. The first card was the Bear, and the second card was the Ship. So let's go to the Bear right quick and see what this one is. The Bear, business, career, overwhelming, wealth, possession, powerful, bold, strong, steady, stable, weight, heavy, solid, nutrition, government, authority, parents. Something or someone overbearing, especially in business or career. Okay. The other card that came out in, whatever words I mentioned, any of those that resonate with you, that's clearly the message for you. For the second card that came out, it was the Ship. It says journey, travel, long trips, exploration, move, separation, navigate, distance, transition, transportation, foreign, holiday, adventure, inheritance, prosperity, growth, a situation that requires a journey within. But I honestly feel, I don't know why Alaska just maybe because the Bear, you see how, and the lighting isn't that good in here. I'm trying to get this in a good, hold on. Let me bring it back a little bit. Okay, I think that's it. Do you see how the fish is in the bear's mouth? Right there, and then with the ship. I don't know why, but Alaska just came to me. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Maybe somebody's going on a cruise to Alaska. Which, usually the time to cruise to Alaska is during June. Is usually the time to cruise to Alaska. But and maybe someone is going in June. I don't know. Maybe someone booked a cruise to Alaska. I don't know why a cruise to Alaska came to mind. But that's what I was thinking about. Some of you may be dealing with overbearing parents. Some of you may want to get away from your overbearing parents or want to get away from your job. Some of you may be looking to relocate and get a new job as well. Others of you may find that there's some prosperity going on too. Because don't forget, with the fish in the bear's mouth, it mentioned prosperity in the bear one, but also with fish, that is about prosperity. Some of you may have some money coming in. It could be unexpected, because also another word that was mentioned was inheritance as well. So some of you may have some type of inheritance coming in. That came out in Sagittarius's reading too. Pretty sure it was Sagittarius's reading. But there may be some type of inheritance. Also, random, but this just came to me. Somebody may be buying like a fur jacket. And this is a no judgment zone. I'm not one of those people who are like, don't buy fur. We all have free will. You can do what you want to do. But that was the other thing, that someone may be buying a fur jacket. Especially, something is saying to me, especially for the person or people who come into the money. If they have not normally had this money, if there's any type of cash infusion, like a surprise cash infusion, and I'm just using this as a number. Let's say that you find out all of a sudden you inherited, or either you won $10,000 or something like that. I could see somebody going out and buying a $3,000 fur jacket. It's almost like, for some of you, you may have the attitude where you can't miss what you never had, if that makes sense. So your bills and all the stuff around you was already planned out anyway. Therefore, it's just kind of like, well, I don't really care to save it. I'd rather just buy myself something nice. Something just said to me as well that some of you might be taking a trip if you get a sudden cash infusion that is unexpected too. In addition to that, going back to the original message, putting yourself first, some of you where you're reevaluating the money that you're spending out on things and the money that you may have spent out on people, and you decide to redirect some of that money back to yourself and saying, you know what? I think I'm going to buy myself something nice. I'm going to buy myself, and it doesn't have to be fur. It may just be a nice winter outfit where you're going to be like, I'm going to get myself a nice winter outfit. Let me go to, what's a place that sells nice winter clothes? I can't even think of one off the top of my head. I'll just say Neiman Marcus, because I don't know any brands off the top of my head, because I don't keep up with a lot of fashion brands, because I'm really picky with the ones, because the only one that I really like that's considered like fashion is Robert Graham. I love Robert Graham shirts. Love, 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 love. If you check out Robert Graham stuff, if you're into fashion, Robert Graham stuff is so good. But that, I digress. But I feel like that may be your attitude, where it's like, oh, I was planning on spending all this money on people for Christmas and doing this and doing that. But instead, now that I've reevaluated things, I'm putting myself first. I'm going to buy myself a nice little winter outfit, or I'm going to buy myself some nice winter outfits. I'm picking up that energy too. So yeah. All right, let me take a card from one of my custom decks right quick. Okay, what is the energy for Aquarius? May I have a card for Aquarius? Thank you. Okay, that's one card in my other custom deck. May I have a card for Aquarius for the energy of December? Thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're really about to invest in you. Okay. First card that came out is City that starts with a T. So city starts with a T. What's the city that starts with a T off the top of my head? Thomasville? I think in North Carolina. Whatever. City starts with a T. Doesn't have to be you, but if you live in a city that starts with a T, or there is someone in your orbit in a city that starts with a T, there may be something in this message for you. Maybe some of you are considering moving to a city that starts with a T. I can't think of many cities that start with the T off the top of my head. Thomasville. I know states that start with the T. Cities that start with the T. Taylor's. Yeah, Taylor's is another city that starts with the T. I don't know many cities that start with the T. But yeah, so city starts with the T. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Second card that came out is new car. Some of you may be purchasing a new car in December. Going back to what I said before, where you're putting yourself first, where you're evaluating where your finances and where your energy is going. And you may decide that, hey, all this money I'm spending helping all these people out, that could cover a car payment. Maybe I should invest in me. Maybe I need a new car. I might as well go ahead and get one. Or going back to the cash infusion thing, don't forget, because the bear came out, talking about prosperity and finance and money, where that money comes in and you're like, you know what? My car is 10 years old. Let me take this extra money that just came in and use it as a down payment on the car. Something just said to me, somebody's parents may give them money that they aren't expecting. So some of your parents, like if you have parents, if they're still living, your parents may give you money that you aren't expecting, and you may use that money as a down payment on your car. Or you may get a Christmas bonus you weren't expecting, and you may use that as a down payment on your car. But some of you may be buying a new car in December. So yeah. And for one final card, let me get this from the Gypsy Tarot deck. I have been spitting a lot this morning. I don't know what's going on. As a matter of fact, let me do a shuffle right quick. Also, some of you might have to make a choice. When I split the deck, the Lovers was there too. So some of you might have to make a choice. Going back to, are you going to choose you? Or are you going to put the other person first? Maybe that's the choice. Because the Lovers can be the choice card too. Something just said to me, what type of relationship do you want to be in? So, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. May I have a card for Aquarius, please? A card for Aquarius, December 2021 energy. May I have a card for Aquarius? But the message loud and clear for me right now that keeps on going through my head for you, Aquarius, it's time to put you first. Thank you. 2 cards came out. What cards are these? Yeah. These cards came out reversed. 3 of Cups came out reversed. And the 6 of Swords came out reversed. So the question is, do you want to hold on to something or do you want to let go? Some of you may be dealing with a group, because 3 of Cups is about celebration. Some of you, and see, I feel like I just had this conversation with Capricorn, where they were dealing with a situation with secrets, and it was more than likely a group of people talking. And also, 6 of Swords here, it's about not moving away from something. Remember when I cut the Lover's card a moment ago, and I said there's a choice, because that's what the Lover's card originally was. It was the choices card. You need to make a choice in December. Do you want to? Something said something to me about partying too with this 3 of Cups here. Where do you want to party and socialize and be a social butterfly? Or do you want to focus on things that are going to better you as a person? Do you want to remain stagnant in certain situations, or do you want to elevate? Do you want to ascend? In order to do that, you're going to have to put yourself first. And you may have to leave some people behind. And if you don't leave people behind, you may have to leave some habits behind. One of those habits could be drinking. Because with the 3 of Cups here, I feel that there could be some drinking habits going on. So keep that in mind. 2. Something just said to me for some of you that for certain people that you deal with, the only way that you deal with each other is by drinking, if that makes sense. Like, it isn't a situation where you just hang out. There always has to be a drink in someone's hand. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. For others of you, I honestly feel like this is saying there needs to be a change in your social circle. And that's going to go back to putting yourself first. Something just said to me as well, some people in your social circle may be taking advantage of you. If you are stable in finances, if you found yourself paying when you go out all the time, you might want to reevaluate things when it comes to that type of celebration and hanging out with friends. But I feel you're eventually going to make the right choice because the new car. However, something just said to me, with this new car, don't let anybody drive your new car. Something just said that to me. Don't let anybody drive your new car. You may get a new car for those who do. And someone may be like, oh, I need to run up to the store to get this. Or, my car's in the shop. I don't really feel comfortable taking an Uber. Can I just borrow your car for tomorrow or whatever? Blah, 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 whatever the story is. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hell, they might be taking your new car to a city that starts with a T. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But if for those of you who end up getting a new car, do not, again, we all have free will. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You can do what you want to do. I'm just telling you, the energy's telling me, do not, like capital letters, italicized, underlined, bold, in big, big print, do not let anyone drive your new car. That's what I'm picking up for those of you who do buy a new car. So yeah, but the overall message is to put you first. All right. So that is your message for December. kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. Again, this podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, Aquarius, be blessed.